Good Monday morning, everybody. Good Monday morning. How are we all? Some people are going, it's Tuesday over here. I love the internet. All right. So I want to thank you all for joining. Thank you all to my new subscribers. Awesome. Hope you find something you like in here. Sunday, I did a show with Sheila and Lori was sick. We're going to reschedule that. And so Jeffrey, Ripe Color, and Lisa, Nasty Women Tarot. She ain't nasty. Well, I love that name because Trump was calling all smart women nasty women. And so they picked that up. Anyway, it was great reading with all of them. I asked y'all for some questions. You sent them to me, and I appreciate that. I don't think we got to one of them. So, Monday leftovers, the best kind. Monday leftovers. All right. So, what's the best way to rediscover happiness? Long, hard slog through the last whatever. What I'm hearing right off the bat is if it's not your problem, stop worrying about it. We pay so much attention to the news. We think that we need to be informed, and to a certain extent we do. But what is that? When does it get to be too much? So I'm going to use my shamanic healing cards on this question. Looking at a little hummingbird out there again. All right. What's the best way to rediscover happiness? One card. Retreat. So it just goes with what I was saying. It's a little confirmation. Thank you. You don't need to be in the weeds all the time. We can back off of it and just be above it and look down, hover above it, look down at it. Observe, don't absorb. And, you know, one of the things that I like to do is looking at the YouTube astrology videos. I mean, it goes way over my head sometimes. Okay, a lot of times. Okay, most of the times, all right. But it gets to add another layer of understanding that we are in a crazy time, that we are going to be feeling out of sorts, and we are going to be looking at the past and how it affects us. And what are we hanging on to that we need to let go of? We're getting all this information. How are we going to react to it? And that's what some of the astrology sites that I look at. I mainly look at Astrology Hub and Hortel. And there's others that I'll happen to catch, and they all pretty much say the same thing. This is a time where we are reevaluating. And when we're going through change, it's always messy. So know that we're going through change. Change is messy. We like to hang on to things too tight. And let's just retreat from that. Just say, okay, this is what I'm going through. It's okay. It's okay. Let's go with southwestern states are in a drought. And somebody wanted to know if marijuana growers are stealing water, which they are, yes. But is that the cause of, is that, it's not the cause, is that a major factor in our drought, in our producing food, just drinking water? And it's an interesting question because I hear no right off the head. right off the top here, but there's, this is a huge industry and they're running out of water. So it's the marijuana industry stealing water. Is that a big problem for our water supply? 3 cards. The world, blind decision, and so I have the world card, which is completion. Is that cause for concern with our groundwater? We have this blind choice that we need to, that we are being faced with. What do we do? How do we get our water? And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. And this 9 of Pentacles is interesting. She has everything she wants. She knows how to manage money. She listens to her intuitions, but she's kind of, I'm going to steal this from Jeffrey at Ripe Color. She's kind of in a garden that is in her own little world. In her own little world. So what I'm getting is that the growers are in their own little world and they're taking all this water without thinking of the consequences. Is it going to, let's just ask one more question on that. Is it, are their actions going to have an impact on our daily lives? Are their actions of stealing water for pot going to have an impact on our daily lives, our food supplies, our groundwater for drinking? That looks like a yes. So yes, it will with this card. There's going to be some kind of partnership coming together that's going to take us back to a simpler time. So I'm thinking, when I pulled this card, I got that there was going to be some kind of government higher authority coming in to help manage this a little bit. I was going to say regulate, but yeah, it is going to hurt us as we need food. We can also look at the almond industry too. That is something that is also there. We just need to manage our water a lot better. And that's what that 2 of Cups is all about. And going back to a simpler time is, how do we manage that resource better? All right. How do we focus our intentions during Lionsgate? Oh, we already passed it up. It's too late. So we still have time, right? I think it's till, I don't know, the next week or something. And I always think that you can always focus your intention on at any time. It's just a little more powerful. You know, I use crystals. I got a grid from Nancy Jean. I had that out there at 8:08. And I pulled out some crystals and some sage, and I was clearing away all the things that I don't want in my life, the attachments that I perceive and not perceive. And then I just imagine just them, what do I want? You know, I want my channel to grow. I want it to be a safe place for everybody to talk and to get insight, not so much what I say, but what your intuitive mind, your mind's eye lets you see through the cards. So crystals hang on to those energies, I think. We hang on to the negative energies. How come we hang on to the negative energies so much and we don't let go of and we don't hang on to the positive energies? So, Lionsgate. Yes. So, and just be really clear with your intention, write it down, and then rework that so that it's a really good intention. It doesn't have any negative words in there. I would like to be stronger, but that but doesn't need to be in there. Get it out of there. That big old but. Change it to and. One of my mentors, he was always digging me on that. I would say, yeah, but no, yeah, and. I'd be in the middle of a conversation. I'd say, yeah, but, yeah, and I'm like, oh, it just drove me nuts. All right. So I'm going to pull 3 shamanic cards. Pick a number 1 to 3. And see if this resonates with you on what intention should you be thinking about during this Lionsgate portal. Oh. Here we go. I'm going to pull 3. Okay, y'all ready? You think I'm going to go 1, 2, 3? Do you have your numbers? I think I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. No, I'm going 2. What's this? Serpent. Serpent. This goes along to which way are you going? Because they've got 2 heads here, right? Going in 2 different directions. What direction do you want to go into? And the serpent is one that will allow. I mean, it's such a cool animal. I mean, it eats, you know, with no hands, fingers. It just eats the whole thing all at once. It sheds its skin and has a new layer every couple of months. So this reminds us that we don't need to be stagnant anymore. We can shed our old skin, let it go, leave it alone. While we shed that skin, we're a little tender. We're a little, we're not as strong. We're a little weak. And that's kind of where I feel we are right now. But with time, we build up our defenses, our skin gets harder, and we're not so sensitive to certain things. All right, number 1, who picked 1? Whoa, the beloved. Love this card. I just love the redness, the color of it. It is so vibrant. And when I pull this, just know that we forget, you know, that we're loved. Give yourselves a big hug. Give the people around you a hug. Let them know how much you care about them. And 3, smoky mirror. It's in medicine position though. Reversed medicine position. So when we're looking at this smoky mirror and we're going, we can't see where we're going, it's okay. Know that that time is ending and we are starting to get clarity on where we're moving to. It takes time for that smoke to dissipate. All right. Let's see where we else. Nancy Pelosi's health. Will she be able to run for another term? Does she want to? Why? Oh my gosh, she's what, 81? She's 81 years old. Where do people get their drive from? That's the question. 81, shouldn't she be having a cognac somewhere? Why the fight at 81? Nancy Pelosi, how's her health? Will she be able to run in 2022? And I phrased it, will she be able to run, not whether does she want to run. Health-wise, will she be able to run in 2020? Well, this is an interesting spread. I have Judgment. I have the Two of Cups. This kind of feels like a medical card to me, though, doesn't it? I mean, that's got the medical logo on it a little bit. So with these two cards, I'm thinking, you know, that she's kind of at the end of her time. It's like, take a break, enjoy life. You don't need to be fighting all this time. Kind of a completion card. Is this her health? I don't know, but it could be, but she's going to get help from somebody else to help her along. And then there's going to be a celebration. I'm hearing, it was really quiet. It was a really, I'm like, did you just say that? Yes, I did. Really whispering that she will not run, but she is going to have somebody else step in. They're going to be in partnership, and it's going to be a celebration. That's what I heard. It was really quiet. So it wasn't like, yeah, she's getting out. No, it's going to be quiet. I don't even think she knows that yet. She hasn't called me. Why? All right. The Progressive Democrats. All right. So so will the progressive part of the Democratic movement keep gaining momentum, or are they gonna like stall out a little bit? You know, the AOC's the Bernie Sanders, but he's not even part of the Democratic. No, I know he's part of the progressive. So are they stalling out? The person who asked this thought that so far she has not broken my cards yet. She thought that that is the base. I go, is that the base? That's part of it. Well, it's the base for the progressives, but is the base for the Democratic Party. Yes, progressive Democrats. So let's just look at, oh, broke my cards again. The progressive movement. Progressive movement. Well, I was going to do 3 cards and they just fell out. It's a tough road. It's a burden. Okay. And there is no road that this guy's walking on. So it's not like a real clear path. And he can't see where he's going. He's got all these sticks in the way. So it is a heavy burden. I don't know what order these came in because they just kind of fell out. Going back to a simpler time in the Wheel of Fortune. So to me, it feels like if they keep pushing progressive ideas, they need to revamp that a little bit and go back to a more simpler approach. And they have the Wheel of Fortune, karmic fortune on their side. That's what I got by the cards just falling out. So let's ask that again with the cards not falling out, but that's where it went. The Progressive Democrats. 3 cards on the direction of the Progressive Democrats. The success of the Progressive Democrats forging ahead. Very similar cards. Very hard work. They're sitting down there. They're meticulous at what they're doing. A lot of work. A lot of work. They're creating something. The Empress card is a card about, it could be a card about a rebirth, growth, new things, new ideas. And then you've got the Ace of Pentacles. This is interesting though, with my other interpretation. This is singular. So it's like, don't make things too complicated. Singularize it so that people can grasp it. If you're throwing too much out there, people are going to go, no, it's too much. At least that's what my Republican redneck brother says. All right. Glasses. Are we going to get the voting rights laws passed? Can you get the voting right? You know, I've read on this before, and whether they get passed or not, the voters are going to be coming out in mass, long lines. I've always seen people going, we're voting. You cannot do this to us. We're voting. So let's look. Voting laws passed. And I'm assuming, how are we going to get hard work? How are we going to get the voting laws passed? Let's see if we can get a how on there. It's not through states. It's got to be through the federal. Slow moving knight. Defending oneself. All right. Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying? So we have the slow moving knight. This is a new plan, a new idea that's coming out. And I think this is the national John Lewis voting rights bill. I think it's John Lewis. That, you know, people are going, no, you can't do it. Anyway, it's congressional, slow moving. And it's going to take a beating. They're defending themselves here. Okay, so it's not going to be all what it should be, but it's going to be enough. And how are they going to do it? They're going to have to beat somebody over the head with the Fred Flintstone card. I mean, it's like, pay attention. Pay attention. And what I think is going to happen is in 2022's, I think I'm from New York or something. They're going to, when we have a majority, when we end the filibuster, I see that happening too. When we do end that then we change things, and maybe it's that club is ending the filibuster. All right, moving on. How's Derek Chauvin? Who cares? Well, Paulette does. Maybe she doesn't care, but she wants to know, how is Derek Chauvin? I mean, he's trying his best to settle in. Not doing a very good job with it, though. He needs a couple of shamanic healing cards, I think. He may get one. So he's got the Knight of Cups. So somebody's giving him an offer. Somebody's creating something. He's hearing something. He's moving across the stream. He's not there yet, but he is moving across this stream. However, when you look at this, it's not going to be an easy road for him. It's kind of easy right now. It's going to get worse for him. And you can say, well, that's just a mountain range. Maybe there's a little pathway through there. Yeah, you know, there might be. Then again, there might not be. That hurts. Ow, ow. So he's not liking it so much. But he has the star. He has the balance. And when I pull it up with this card, see if I can get some clarification on this star. It almost feels to me like he has a come to Jesus moment. When I first pulled that Knight of Cups, that's what I thought. You know, and when you hit rock bottom, when you have 10 swords stabbed in your back, when you hit rock bottom, the only place is up. And I think he's hitting rock bottom. And so what is this star? Let's just clarify that. Page of Pentacles, Tower, Judgment. That could be a couple of things. He has something new coming, a new project that's going to shake his world. Something new is going to shake his world, and then he's going to have judgment. Now, there's no death card here, but that's pretty dang close. And when you look at these, they're so similar to these, right? I think he's going to have a come to Jesus moment. I'm not saying, and I'm not saying that something bad is going to happen to him in jail. But at the end of it, he's going to have judgment, and he's got the star. So he's got a tough road. He does have a tough road. Even though I shouldn't say this, well-deserved tough road. All right, Katie Porter. What's going on with Katie Porter? And this is 3 cards because I'm already at 30 minutes. I'm going to speed up a little bit. 30. I'm sorry. Katie Porter. Where are you, Katie? Katie. What? Katie doesn't sound like that. Where are you, Katie? Just feel her working really hard. Katie Porter. Katie Porter. So I got the Emperor, the 6 of Wands, and the Death card. This Death card. This Death card. Okay, so when I'm asking a question, let's go back and look at these. When I'm asking the question, we got the Emperor riding in as a winner in the death card. And I'm saying, what is this death card about? Is it about the death of the Emperor, which was Mr. Pumpkinhead, right? And she's coming in as a winner. That's kind of where I was going with it, but I wanted just some clarification on that. She is shining light and she's alone. She's alone in her office working. It feels like, you know, that she's kind of singular in this. She is going to find success with this. And that's a retreat card. Kind of goes with this card, right? So she is working on ending the reign of this guy. And it may be taking a toll on her too. Goes back to the first question. How do we retain our happiness? How do you work in this slog all the time and not get sick? This negativity. I mean, she is a very strong woman, extremely powerful, but you know, that takes its toll on you. We had a skinwalker thing. I don't know anything about skinwalker. Scott and I are going to do a man cave next week. I'm going to bring that up. Oh, this was a really good question. Do politicians listen to psychics on YouTube? It's John. John. Hey, my light just went out. What'd I do? Hey. I've been talking too long. All right, you're just gonna have to. It's like, time's up. Let's go. All right. Plug it in somewhere else. Anyway, I'll worry about it later. So do politicians like Donnie Jr., does he look at YouTube? I don't really care if he does or not. He's probably laughing at us. We're laughing at him. What about the FBI and CIA? I am pretty sure they have their own psychics working on this, but do they check out YouTube? Do they check? Are they looking at me? YouTube. FBI, CIA, are they checking out psychics? Oh. Well, the first card I got was yes, right? This is a psychic being quiet, listening to information, meditating. And then this is another meditation card, quiet retreat. And this is being left out in the cold. But there is light here. Let's just keep going with this a little bit more, because this is it's kind of interesting to me. It feels like yes, but they don't know what to do with it. It feels like yes. FBI and CIA, are they Utube Psychics. So every card I got, I pulled 3. The first card is yes. Boom. Yes. But it ends up in heartbreak because they can't make sense out of the information that they're getting. They can't prove it or something. I think it gives them a direction, but they haven't figured out how to use it yet because of our laws. Because, I mean, I don't think I'll ever be called in as a witness. Would you pull some cards on this and see if it really happened? Yeah, I don't think so. All right. All right. Let's talk. I don't know if we have any women over 60 watching, but if we do, all right. Older women, but over 60 plus, which is not that old. Come on now. Who is having a hard time getting hired? That was the question. And I'm just going to broaden it out to the experienced workforce. Because I certainly don't, I mean, it's true, we're as old as we feel, right? Some of us, we have physical challenges that we have to overcome. But a lot of us are, we can be productive, we can be in the workforce, but they're not hiring. I mean, and it's kind of the way it's been going for a while. The elders are not really respected. So what's going to happen with the wise, older, experienced workforce, those people who cannot get jobs? And this particular woman, she says she has a couple of different degrees. She has multiple degrees. She's out of ideas. How can she get a job? How can she get back into the workforce? Get in your car and go. Just go. Don't let that hold you back. The King of Wands. Now, a king can be anybody. A king can be male or female. It's all about the forward thinking, the passion, the ideas, knowing that you have all that knowledge to give, all those ideas, all that passion, and you can control it so that it is manageable, not like a page or a night where it's all scattered. You know how to manage that and control it. And then I love these cards. Manifest. Create something out of nothing. You have nothing now, create something. You're the magician. You can get a job if you want it. Just because they say no, turn it into a yes. You're moving forward with the King of Wands energy and the Magician. You have two major arcana cards here, both movement, both creating, and then you have a king. Powerful, powerful cards. So I think I'm done. Thank you guys for watching. Leftovers. All right. So coming up this week, Wednesday, I'm going to be on Linda's show again. Linda G's, yay. I'm excited to be on her channel again. We have so much fun. And then We're going to do Sheila, Lori, and I on Friday. So busy. All right. As I leave you guys, one card from the Shamanic deck. Oh, no, 2 cards. No, 1 card. Sacrifice. And when I look at this card, she's letting something go. She's letting it go. What was that poem? I deserted, debt, whatever. If you love something, let it go. It's the sacrifice. Let it go. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Peace and love.